Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Michael for Spirit Comics. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please do subscribe and smash that notification bell hard like She-Hulk so you do not miss any new uploads. Also, please do like and share this review if you enjoy it. And share any of my content on my channel that you like as well. And don't forget to leave your comments down below. Now, this is my first review in my 25 days of comic book reviews that I'm doing for the month of December. And I'm starting off with Harley Quinn, number 50. This is a very good book, and it's even more special to me because Dan Jurgens lends his artistic talents to it, and so it's really good. He doesn't do all of the art, but he does some of it. And if you don't know, this cover is a homage to the 1960s Batman show. There was an episode where he was running around with a bomb just like this, and he said, "Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb." And I love how Frank Cho draws her, nice and feminine too. So let's get into the story. First off, we have Harley and her mom walking down Coney Island boardwalk. They're just gabbing. They're having some nice nice time together, mother-daughter bonding moment. And her mom wants to know how she got mono back when she was, I think, in high school or something. And Harley doesn't know because she claims she wasn't kissing anybody at that time. And they just laugh about it over and over and over. And over on the next page, we're given something sort of ominous, because it says here, Coney Island, New York City, a beautiful day at the beach. What could go wrong? Now, this was written by Sam Humphries, and I think that he really knows how to get into Harley Quinn's mind, because he does a great job of it. So, Harley and her mother go to Nateman's, which is like I guess you could say a snack place along Coney Island. And after they've finished eating, Harley says down here in this panel, "So you never believed me about, her not kissing anyone, and when she got mono. But you nursed my sick butt back to health for 3 months?" And her mother says, and this is so sweet, right? "Now, you really know I'd do anything for you, Peanut." And, just the exchange between Harley and her mother is, to me, it's just wonderful. She says, "Oh, Ma, I almost forgot to show you. Look at this comic." And of course, she shows her the comic book, which is the one that we're reading. And she says that it's she says someone named M. Clatterbuck has been creating homemade comics about yours truly. If you get this issue, you'll notice that here in this panel there is the DC logo. And this is actually the regular cover they had for issue 50. I didn't like it, so that's why I got the variant. And she says, and this one is an exercise anniversary art jam. I love these. So she's all happy to show her mom this. And over here, they keep talking, and I have to love the art. You know, it goes through her early years when she was just a little girl, to her teenage years, and then she refers to the Joker. You know, too bad Clatterbuck had to include you know who in the purple suit. And her mom says, "Sweetie, what is this costume all about?" And she's referring to this one. I'll agree it's not one of her best, but you know. Anyways, this is where Harley starts to realize something is amiss. She says, "This is weird. How did this Clutterbuck draw me on Apocalypse? This happened like 3 days ago in outer space." And her mom's like, "Oh, don't overthink it. Darling, I'm just so proud that someone went to all the trouble to make this about my little wild child." And her mom is so loving. And on the next page, Harley is really starting to get disturbed, because she says it would be impossible for this person to draw her on Apocalypse. And then this is when it gets really strange. Her mom notices, "Wait!" And Harley says, "Hang on. Is that us?" Her mom says. "Reading this comic? Right now?" Because they are literally... This has to be... this this even freaked me out when I read it for the first time. This is Harley Quinn's mother and Harley Quinn reading this very comic about them while I'm reading it. Oh gosh. And then all of a sudden, everything starts to go to pieces. Her mom says, "Something wrong with me." And then you see these petals. So over on this page, her mom starts to fade away. "Harlene, what?" And her mom just fades away. She like rose petals. And Harley starts screaming because she is so worried, and with, she's right to be so. "Ma, where are you?" And then this comes out of nowhere. "Quinn, there you are." And it's a redhead who just comes speeding out of nowhere and says, "Why the hell aren't you at your registered address?" I mean, this is somebody that Harley does not even know from... And she is so focused on her mom. And this person says, "Oh dear Lord, you didn't." And of course, Harley gets all the blame. "Look what you've done. Who even are you?" Harley says. "Put down that weapon of continuity destruction." But all we did was drop that comic. All of reality depends on it. This is a good story. And so over the page we have this nice splash page where we see up here this person says, "No, it's too late. Congratulations, Harley Quinn. You destroyed DC continuity." And the first time I read that, I just rolled my eyes and was like, "Ugh." And down here, if you can see, it says, Harley Quinn destroys DC continuity. And you can see a different version of Superman here, a different version of Batgirl here. That looks like a weird version of Mr. Freeze here, I think. And there's another weird version of Superman. This is a weird version of Wonder Woman. A very weird version of Batman. Of course, he was already weird. Anyways. So Harley is still worried about her mom. She's screaming, "Mom! Where are you?" And she's walking past, I think, a version of Plastic Man. And she's asking, has anyone seen my mommy? Now that's when you know that she's really starting to get worried. Harley Quinn is a grown woman, and she's using the word mommy instead of mom. And then in this panel here, the redhead says, "Oh God, this is worse than Milk Wars." A series that I didn't even read because I had no interest in it. "Dane and Jim are going to kill me if I don't put this back together fast." And I'm guessing it's Dan Jurgens and Jim Lee. "This is a job for Johnny, DC continuity cop." Just in time. This it gets even sillier. Okay. Across the ad we have a different origin for Batman, because you see this young man right here. He says, "My name, Bruce Wayne. My abilities extraordinary. My parents dead meat. It's a good thing that my badass butler taught me everything about 90 forms of martial arts in case I ever went to a movie." That was so stupid that it was so funny. And he's doing all this thinking, bullets ripping me to pizza bits, and I never got to tell Bruce that I'm secretly the alien queen. And that's the mother and father. I wonder how Zorro gets that neato mustache. It's his father being blown to bits, and he's jumping through the air like a clown. "Oh, leaping lizard, this is worse than..." And Johnny says, "Ugh, narration boxes. The continuity shockwaves are getting to me. Gotta pull it together." Oh, that's hilarious. And Harley jerks her by the throat and starts, squeezing her. She says, "Hey, talk now. What happened to my mom?" And Johnny is kind enough to explain it. "Continuity is the force that keeps reality from spinning out of control. And you destroyed it. Just look. Continuity is a force that keeps reality from spinning out of control." Okay. And then over on this page we have Batman's origin is a disaster. So this is a different origin for Batman, and that's supposed to be Robin? I hope I get my own trading card or a POG. What is a POG? I have no idea. And Batman thinking, "My origin complete, my city a dump, my determination awesome. Now all I need is a gun or 900 guys." Because it is totally not like Batman. And Johnny goes on about how, and he says, "None of this should be happening. You want to know where your mom is, Harley? Because the rest of you, because of the rift you caused. She's been written out of continuity." "What? Mom is retconned. Da-da-da. I could not believe it when I read that. Mom is retconned? Like, Harley Quinn knows what retcon means. Then over here, we have Harley Love. New look, new me. Okay, this is supposed to be, I guess, high school Harley. And she's, being called names, punk loser, goth poser, and all. And she's just sitting by herself, and this voice says, Harleen, go away. And then it's her mom. Mom? And look at her mom. And that is just funny. Sweetie, I think you're cool. And she reminds her of that same rule again. And don't tell her that she's cool, because if a parent tells their child that they're cool, then really they aren't. And then her mother disappears again. And she's thinking Mom was the only one who was always there for me. Which is sweet, and shows how much the Harley really cares about her mother. What am I supposed to do now? And then we get something entirely different. This is Superman against Batman. Only they're pirates. And you can see, Batman, Robin, I'm guessing that's Catwoman, maybe? I don't know. Then there's Superman, Pirate Superman with a beard. And there's Nightwing with his shirt off. And so they're just running through this, And Johnny's saying the continuity shockwaves are getting worse. Excuse me, Harley says. Coming through, pardon me. And then over the page we see Swamp Thing, or at least a version of Swamp Thing. Because he's just comes up through this boat. Then I have to say the artwork is really good, and the dialogue, is funny. The entire story is funny. Swamp Thing saying, "Avast! I'll make ye regret the day ye used me timbers to build your ship." That's just funny. And Johnny DC is warning of a complete continuity collapse, and all Harley can think about is her mom. Then over here we have what looks like a mystical or magical world here that she traveled to, and there's a Frankenstein Quinn, because you can see the little lock of blonde hair. There's a skull with some blonde hair. That one has blonde hair. That one has blonde hair. I mean, all these creatures have blonde hair, so they're all a version of Harley Quinn. She's becoming the main focus of the DC continuity, at least in the story. And the vampire Harley Quinn says, "Can it be another Harley Quinn?" She says, "The first and the best. We're trying to reverse the destruction of everything." And the vampire Harley Quinn says, "You're pretty cute for someone with a..." No, that's Harley. She says that you're pretty cute for someone with a skull on her head. "You're quite bewitching for someone who is smiling." And so they see the comic book again, and they gotta get in. And the vampire Harley Quinn says, "I shall assist ya." By the power of unseen Harleen, I spy the mighty force behind the destruction of all of the stuff that is known. M. Clutterbuck. Look, it appears Clutterbuck's comic. Use the fiend's work against them. Read the comic backward before another shockwave. Bye. And over the page, it gets even weirder. Now this one is a little. These 2 pages are a little bit slow. Maybe it's because I'm not that familiar with Adam Strange. But this is Adam Strange, you know. He is a human that went to live on a planet called Ran. Ran. R-A-N-N, I think. And all of a sudden, some weirdo who doesn't look like Harley Quinn at all comes in and ready to smash him. And then they come through and they see the comic book again. And they're trying to catch it. And Harley says, huh? Who's laughing? And then over this page, we see another scene. You know, another 2-page spread. This is the distant past. Because if you notice, this is Superman. And this right here is Wonder Woman. And Batman's here. So, oh yeah, and here's Batman right here. Kind of weird. But you know, I like this. Enough with the narration. And I love it what Harley says here. I swear in the future we're big time besties. Because she's referring to Diana. And she's like, I've almost got it. Bam! Another shockwave. And this time they go to this game show called Flash Facts. Hosted by Timothy D. Creeper. I'm familiar with him. A character called the Creeper. And it's strange that it's called Flash Facts, and the question that Creeper asks is, Flash Fact is that this is the name of Batman's car. What name are we looking for, folks? And he goes to the Wave Rider, who doesn't get it. Orion doesn't get it. Captain Triumph here doesn't get it either. Black Adam doesn't get it. And the Kents. They said, does he drive a Chevrolet? And so they win because they referenced a car. And their prize is 2 rockets. Will it be rocket number 1 or rocket number 2? What could be inside? This is madness, Johnny says. What are you doing? Get off my show, Creeper says. She says, oh no you don't, Creeper. You are not retconning Superman's origin to a game show, not while I'm around. As funny as can be. And Harleen is just worried about her mom. And then over the page we see another scenario of what's going on. And this says Tuesday. The skies over Coney Metropolis. Now this is funny because Harley's home is Coney Island, New York, and Superman's home is Metropolis, New York. I get that. And the city's champion has died, saving her home from decimation, and in her place we have 4 beings fighting each other, and they all appear to be some type of Harley. Okay, this one reminds me of Steel, This one reminds me of Eradicator. This one reminds me of Superboy Prime. And I'm not sure who this one right here reminds me of, with the weird type of mohawk and purple ponytail or pink tail. But anyway, they Sam Humphries named them all. The Last Daughter of Coney Island, Hipster Harley, that would be this one, who reminds me of Superboy Prime. And this is funny. The Harley that constantly asks you to upgrade her software. And this one right here with that's how looks like half cyborg and half human, sort of. The Harley that got crossed with your cell phone. And so they see the comic book again and they go for it. And then Harley catches it and starts reading it backwards. And she says, "I'm doing it. Feels weird. Is it working? Is this weird?" Johnny's like, "No! The reign of Harleys is still here. Something went wrong." And then they get another shockwave. And then we get Lobo interjected into the story. He's not one of my favorite characters, but he can be funny. Lobo, the high cost of living. And he says, "This is the longest day of my life. Woe is me, I got so many feelings and I want to talk about them. I'm about to lose my frogging cool. How many more people do I have to understand?" And I can't and you can see the number right there. I can't figure that out myself. But he's getting upset because he just can't stand this. And over here, Johnny and Harley are just sitting by the water. She's sad, she's crying, and you can see her makeup running here. And that's really, really sweet. She said she'd do anything for me. The end of continuity is the end of everything. We'll be left in a sea of darkness. If we're lucky, there's not much time now, Johnny says. I know, we ain't giving up, and I think I know where we can get some help. God, I can't take it anymore. And there's Lobo going crazy because he's trying to feel, feel all those emotions. And thank goodness we got that finished, because it was kind of going nowhere. Then Harley starts squeezing the neck of Johnny DC, and they're teleported to the headquarters. And the Continuity Cop headquarters. "Johnny DC, I ought to saddle you with this duty. Your breakneck renegade methods have finally gone too far." "Her? She's a renegade? I hate to see you're buttoned up by the book type," Harley says. And that's funny right there. And then all of a sudden they're popped into the headquarters, and the captain says, "Johnny, you're a continuity cop with continuity weapons. Use them." "Right, Chief." And so, over on the next page, we see a serene field of a little girl whistling, drawing, and then kabam! Harley and Johnny DC come out of nowhere. And she says, "Thanks for the snappy transition, Johnny." And the little girl says, "No way! You're Harley Quinn." OMG, I love you so much. My name is Meredith. Did you get all the comics I made you? My name is Meredith. Did I already say that? I'm so nervous. I would be too if I was meeting one of my idols. And she looks at her and says, "Who are you?" "Your biggest fan." "Comics? But they're all out of continuity," Johnny says. She's observing the work of this little girl, Meredith. And Harley gets kind of angry and she's, really missing her mother. She says, "Excuse us, we're looking for a big-time villain named M. Clatterbuck, who vanished my ma away and is totally cruising for our bruising." "Clatterbuck? But that's my..." And then Johnny yells over and says, "Don't you see? She's Meredith, a.k.a. M. Clatterbuck. She's the one we've been looking for, the one who is destroying continuity." And there goes Harley, crazy, you can see. "What? You're not even big and scary? I'll kick your ass anyway, but ain't nobody gonna be impressed." "Destroying she says. "I was just making comics. I didn't mean to." And then Johnny DC goes into a little speech here, and she basically says that she realizes that Meredith didn't mean to do what she did. That she explains that Meredith didn't create a weapon, that she's Harley's biggest fan, and that she put all of her love into the comics that she created for Harley. And she says continuity's strength comes from love, the creative freedom of thousands of people working together across a century. But that passion is also continuity's greatest weakness. Meredith, your comic came from the heart. That's what gave it immense power. You didn't do anything wrong." And Harley says, "What? Johnny, did you lose your marbles? All she needed was a stack of paper and some pens to destroy the world. She's worse than Darkseid. My mom got retconned and now everything is BAM!" Then we see Justice League Multiverse. We're all that's left. There, Clatterbuck is the source of all this trouble. That's a weird version of Superman. And there's Etrigan. And there's Alan Scott right there. The original Green Lantern. Captain Atom, the cool, when he was in the silver. I know. I guess that would be an early version of Batman. Firestorm, the real Firestorm, and one of the early versions of Wonder Woman here. Also, there's Adam Strange, and that Superman says, "She's coming with us," referring to, little Meredith there. "No, you idiot, she's the key to saving the universe." "Oh, hell, I didn't want to do this, but you forced my hand." "Meet my best friend, the Anti-Monitor." It's like Sam Humphries pulled, some stuff from, DC's past just to make this story. It's really funny, and it's really entertaining and cool, I think. "Never mess with the power of a continuity cop," she says. And this is funny. You know, the anti-monitor. Johnny DC is my bestie for eternity. No, it's the final shockwave. This is so crazy, I didn't mean to, Meredith says. Continuity is done for. This is the end. We failed. Harley, you're the only one who... Bam, bam, bam. Johnny, no, don't go. And then Harley is left all alone. One of the greatest fears that I would say each of us possesses, being left all alone. Because, see where she says, hello? Where'd everybody go? Oh God, I'm the only one left. It's all up to me, but all I got is Meredith's paper and pencil. What was Johnny blathering about? How this all happened? Meredith was my biggest fan. She put her love onto paper and out into the world. And then Harley starts drawing. She says, well, if this is the end of the world, then I got just one thing to say. And I tell you, this scene right here has made me cry a few times. Harley draws herself, and here it says, this is a comic about the best person in the world. Even when I screw up real bad, even when it's the end of the world, even when nothing makes sense. And she tears up the comic and into pieces and blows it out into the wind. She's always there for me, and I hope she's here for all of us now. And those pieces of paper, they form. This comic is all about my mom. Harleen, those pieces of paper brought back her mother. This is so sweet. Mama, you're back, you're back. And she's going, what happened? Did you make a comic about me? And she says, you've done everything for me. I'll do anything for you. And I don't know if Sam Humphries will watch this or not, or get it, but this part of the story that here at the end is just so sweet, and it touched my heart. It's really you? I feel weird, but okay. I think I saw you running on a pirate ship. It's a long story, Mom. See right there. And then over the page, we have a bunch of narration boxes. Did all that really happen? If you remember it, was it real? Does it only count if it's canon? Not for me to say. I'm just a continuity cop trying to do my job. According to the Levitt's regulations, I should banish you to the Phantom Zone, or Earth 43, or whatever Wildstorm is now. And there's Meredith saying, wow, did Harley Quinn really draw this? Not bad. Good enough to restore continuity the way it was before. And there's Johnny in human form. I'm real sorry. I screwed everything up. I had no idea that I could. She says, I'm not gonna banish you, Meredith. The world needs more people like you, like us. Here, I brought you this. Are you sure I should keep making comics? Absolutely. This is Sam Humphries encouraging people to keep making comics, to keep writing stories, keep creating. Just try not to get me fired again. Okay, this time everything turned out fine. Well, at least that's what she thinks. but next time we may not be so lucky. And then we see this whoosh, call an ambulance. Wait, he's getting up. How? And then we see this guy. He was on that Flashbacks game show. Oh, there is evil afoot here. That is for certain, and I'm just the man to stop it. Captain Triumph. Next issue, a triumphant return. And that was it. That was Harley Quinn, issue 50, written by Sam Humphries. It was a beautiful story. I loved every minute of it. This is very, very likely one of my favorites out of 2018. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I know I read a lot of the dialogue, and I couldn't resist because it's such a great story, and the artwork was wonderful. I don't know which pages Dan Jurgens worked on, but the entire book was wonderful. The pieces with about Adam Strange and Lobo, I didn't quite get, but it was still a great story. So, thank you for joining me. This is my channel, Spirit Comics. I am Michael. If you enjoyed this review, please do like it and share it with others. And subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to smash that notification bell, and please leave your comments down below. And also support your local comic shop, because they need your help too. Till next time, treaters, I am Michael for Spirit Comics.